Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, or for those of you that are new, hi, my name is Smile Girl. In today's video, we are going to be exploring 4 different Sims and 4 different seasons. Now hear me out. What if your Sims, personality, aspirations, names, clothes, could all match the season that they're going to live in? That's what I've decided to do today. We are going to be customizing 4 different Sims to match a particular season. So grab whatever beverage of your choice, whether it's pumpkin spice latte, iced tea, water, or hot chocolate, and let's get into today's video. So as you'll see in the bottom left-hand corner, we have 4 different Sims that are completely available, for us to make over. So the first one is Lily, then Summer, then Holly, and then Autumn. I think their names are kind of self-explanatory for what seasons they are going to be representing. But the first one here is Lily, and she's going to be representing the season of spring. I tried to be very mindful when I was doing this in terms of their hair and their makeup, as well as their aspirations and traits. I wanted everything to kind of really match the season that they were belonging to, not just necessarily clothes. So as you'll see, I gave her an updo, but she still has lots of hair that kind of falls down behind her. I also want to give her a more of a natural makeup look, but still pink and girly, because in the spring and summer, both for hair and makeup, you tend to, or at least from trends and stuff that I see, tend to gravitate towards more of light makeup, but also girly and pink and natural tones and things like that. And you tend to have your hair up opposed to down because it can be hot and sweaty and things like that. So I tried to kind of recreate that in their makeup and hair. And I did that for every Sim. I tried to, for the spring and summer, make sure their hair was up and their makeup was natural. Well, you may see in the winter and the fall Sims that they have their hair down and that they have a more darker makeup tone to them. I also try to base their traits on the season. You'll also see while I'm dressing her here, I tried to give her very girly stuff. I think for a lot of people, when spring first happens, they're like, oh my gosh, I can dress cute and stuff again, and I'm not, stuck with winter boots and winter coats and things like that. I'd also say this is probably later in spring, or at least it would be for where I live. But I gave her this cute little coral dress and these cute little wedges. I love those wedges. I tend to use them in almost every Sim that I make. Or play with, and I gave her just some very natural necklace and earrings and nails just to kind of match the season, but still give her a little bit more than just what she's wearing. I wanted to accessorize her a little bit. So this is pretty much what Lily looks like. I kind of decided in this moment that I wasn't going to do all of the outfits, just the everyday outfit. That way you guys can download them off of the gallery and still customize them. So as you'll see here, now I'm giving her traits. I'm giving them traits based on what I think represents spring. So I'm giving generous and cheerful, and what are the other traits that I give her? I gave her the aspiration of being outdoors because people tend to want to be outdoors more. I gave her overachiever, and this one, when I was doing it, was I'm not sure how I feel. I gave her overachiever because I was, in my opinion, in spring, people tend to overachieve. They clean, they do spring cleaning, they're trying to get all their tasks and chores and just a million and one things done. So that's why I gave her the overachiever, because it just felt right to me. Now moving on to summer. So as I said, moving on to summer, I tried to give her very similar to what I gave Lily in terms of having your hair up, very light natural makeup. I actually love how Summer ends up looking. I think she looks so cute, and she's definitely a Sim that I would use just in regular gameplay because I think she's absolutely beautiful. I did darken up her makeup a little bit in terms of the eyeliner, just because I think in summer you tend to be a little bit bolder in your makeup, but still very natural and very like neutral tones, which is what I tried to represent while doing her makeup and her hair. I put her hair up in a claw clip, and I think that's very trendy and normal right now, so I tried to match that the best that I could. It was actually really easy to come up with an outfit for her, although I struggled with the pants. And you'll see me struggle here. I spend probably in real life close to like 5 minutes just deciding what kind of shorts I was going to give her. Trust me, it was a bit of a struggle. I go back and forth between like 1,000,001 options, which is actually really funny because I always tend to like gravitate towards the same outfits and pieces of clothing, and this is one piece that I tend to gravitate towards. And it was funny that I went, picked it out early on and then went back to it and then was like, I don't know, and then again still decided to change my mind. I actually really like the outfit she's wearing. As I said, she's a sim that I would definitely like play with because I just think she looks really, really cute and I love her outfit. Now moving along to her traits. I actually forget to give her an aspiration here, but I do give her one in the end. So we will come back to that once I give her one. I tried to give her traits that I thought represented the summer really well. So like party animal, people are out partying, but rancher and animal enthusiast, like you're out in nature, loves outdoors, like you're out in nature, you're doing things outside. Ambitious, you're trying to get things done, like you're out of school, so you're having a good time, kind of thing. That was the thinking I was doing for her traits. Now on to Holly. So Holly, like I said, this is where things kind of take a bit of a turn. I make their makeup and their hair a little bit more bold. So I give her this nice, like, wavy, curly hair. Frankly, this is what my hair looks like half the time. I also wanted to give her a hat. I mean, it's winter. She's cold. And I think the hat is just so cute. I never actually played with hats. So this was like a new thing for me to try out. And I was actually really like intrigued by it. And I definitely want to use it more in like my regular gameplay. I think it's super cute. But like I said, I tried to make her makeup a little bit bolder, a little bit darker. I added some eyelashes on. The other girls also, like, their eyes had eyelashes. I don't think Holly's did, but I love her makeup. She looks so cute. And I gave her very basic clothes just for winter. Like some very tight pants that could be tights, a sweater, and some boots. Oh gosh, this is what I would have worn in the winter as a teenager. Even now, this is like probably a lot of girls go to. So it was very easy and quick to make Holly. In terms of aspiration, I struggled trying to figure out a good aspiration for Holly. There isn't really something that screams Christmas. So I did struggle, but I decided to go big happy family just because people are surrounded by people at the holidays. I also went with foodie and lazy because some people tend to want to stay indoors in the winter. It's the holidays, so you eat a lot of food. Sometimes you're childish when you hang out with your family or friends. But those were kind of my thinking in picking the traits and aspiration and clothes for Holly. Now on to Autumn. Okay, so Autumn is kind of basic and very easy to characterize and just give a makeover to because I tried to lean a little bit into the stereotype of fall, flannels, boots, things like that. I mean, when I was a teenager or like even in my first couple of years of university, this is an outfit I definitely would have wore like in the fall. Probably still would if I had any flannels. I went through a flannel phase, got rid of all of them, don't have any except for like 2. At first I wanted to try and give her like this cute little sweater, but then I seen the top and I was like, the back of it, and I was like, I don't know. Then I tried to give her this other cute sweater. I was like, no, I need to find a flannel because a flannel screams fall. At least for me. And that, I know that's one of the stereotypes of fall, but as much as it's a stereotype, I think it's kind of real. So I very much tried to match that. I know this is the one from like the Horse Ranch pack, but I still thought it was really, really cute, and I liked it. I'd say this is probably like end of summer, beginning of fall season, especially with our sleeves rolled up. Like I said, very basic. Now on to our traits. I want to pick stuff about being outside, but also being inside. Holidays, because you celebrate, like, or at least in Canada, we celebrate Thanksgiving in October, which is the fall. Sometimes you're outside more, so I gave her active. I also gave her cringe, because fall is one of those seasons where people, like, it's just a stereotype. So I gave her the cringe trait. With that being said, here are our final Sims. We have Lily, Summer, Holly, and Autumn. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video as much as I did. This was really, really fun to do, and it's something I haven't done in a while, so it was really fun. If you guys enjoy designing Sims like this, I would definitely suggest giving it a try. It was so much fun. Like I said, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and maybe comment down below which of the Sims was your favorite. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, evening, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, and I will see you guys again in the next video. Bye, everyone.